There's a subtle shift in an elite sales rep's call that signals that a rut is coming, and most sales leaders totally miss it. In this call, I spotted it, I broke down her calls, and I found what everyone else overlooks. So I'm gonna show you exactly what that moment looks like and how to fix it before it snowballs. Hey, how's it going? I know that I promised you that I was going to do more call reviews and connect with you more one-on-one. So I want to take the opportunity because I saw something in your end of day yesterday that kind of raised a flag for me, and I wanted to kind of investigate it together with you. And so this call with where the objection was that he's not interested in having a conversation, that to me stood out, and I'll tell you why. The reason it stood out is because somebody who responds to our marketing, who responds to a setter call, books a closing appointment, takes the call so they show up, and then is not interested in having a conversation. It's just like a very kind of, it's not a logical sequence of events. And so I wanted to just take a deeper dive with you and see if there's something that we're missing here. And so let's jump in. So I pulled a couple of yesterday's calls, so let's take a look. And I've got Matt Smith up here. So a couple of things that I'm noticing right off the bat is the call time on this. So 1 minute and 36 seconds. That seems very, very weird, very, very short for a closing call. So let's take a deep look.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, from how's it going?
Good, thanks.
Good. So I know you chatted with and booked this call because you might be interested in a bunkie.
Yeah, I'm just curious, like, what's the shipping to get it to Edmonton?
Yeah.
Okay, so far, beginning of call, solid intro, good tonality, detached, really good connecting question off the bat. And so, yeah, let's make a note here. Good tone, solid intro, good connecting question off the bat.
For sure. So you're planning on picking it up?
Yeah.
Okay. And which model were you looking at exactly?
The Hideaway 199.
Okay. So the Highway 109 to Edmonton, you'd be looking at 1,100 plus tax.
Okay. And then lead time, like 6 to 8 weeks from order?
What was your ideal timeline that you had in mind?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, so one thing to point out here is he asked a question and we immediately responded to his question. So now we have, like, if you answer one question being a call, we have to answer all of them. But what I'm not seeing is we had a good intro, but we didn't frame the call. And if we don't frame the call, we're not getting permission, we're not getting compliance to conduct our discovery, and then we're not kind of reducing any sales pressure here. So just noting, no frame on this call, answered questions, and really went straight into letting the prospect lead. All right. And so when we look at your script, intro, okay, cool, not too bad. We kind of skipped over the time check, like it wasn't even addressed, and we definitely skipped over the frame. And let's see if we get into discovery. It looks like you're trying to get into discovery, but he kind of has leadership so far.
I don't care. I mean,
it doesn't matter.
Out
okay.
here, so I can't take it. I wouldn't want it in June, anyways.
Okay. Yeah. No. June we can definitely make work. That's fine.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. And what were you thinking? What were you thinking of using the bunkie for exactly?
Yeah. So here we're getting into discovery again, but we also don't necessarily. We didn't get permission to go into the discovery piece.
Just spare space.
Spare space. Okay.
Yep.
And is this like your primary property or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Very nice.
Okay. And so with the attempted discovery, it was just a little bit surface level. If somebody says spare space, what does that even mean? I think there was an opportunity for you to act confused and to try to get him to elaborate more, because what we're trying to do is trying to get him to open up. Again, it's going to be challenging because we didn't frame the call and he didn't comply to you basically asking him questions yet.
Okay, cool. Okay.
right.
Yeah, sure. If you have any questions, this is my direct number. So if you had any questions, you can just reach out to me anytime.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, and so we kind of end the call there. It sounded like this could be a potential purchase opportunity, but we didn't ask for the sale. So something to flag here, I think is just this isn't typical of you. I haven't seen this. I haven't seen you run calls like this at all. So I want to make sure that it doesn't continue. It doesn't, yeah, it doesn't, like, just because somebody shows up, that we're not basically structuring your process. So let's take a look at another one. And one thing to note here is call time. Like if we're on the call and it's like 1 minute 30 seconds, that's definitely a flag. Okay, let's look at this one here. Again, 3-minute call time, so another red flag. Well, let's actually listen to it before we make the diagnosis here.
Hello,
Hi.
speaking.
Hi, it's from Life. How are you?
Great.
Good. Yeah, awesome. It looks like you chatted with and booked this call because you might be interested in a.
Yeah, what is the cost for shipping to Hawaii?
Again, good intro, good connect. I'm wondering if the way that we're asking this question is giving them the floor to ask questions. So I'm seeing this on both of these calls here, but let's keep rolling and see how we handle.
Island. I think Kona or Hilo, which one is cheaper?
Yeah, I would just have to know which model that you're looking at.
I think it's the 2-story. I don't remember which one it was, but I think it's the 2-story one with the loft.
Okay. Was it the bigger model, like the 199?
Yeah, what is the price point on that one?
The Hideaway Bunky 199 with full loft is 22.
Okay, so one thing to flag here is a minute into the call, we know absolutely nothing about him. We haven't framed the call, we haven't conducted discovery, and now we're talking dollars and cents, and we're getting into pricing. So basically, once you put the price out, similar on the other call, once you give them shipping, you put a number, you're on your back foot, because no matter what you do, this is like the conversation has a 20, a 20, in this case, $20,000 price tag on it. And we don't understand, is this even a good fit? Can we help him? Is this something that he wants? So I would say definitely, we definitely have to conduct discovery before chatting about pricing questions. And so what that means is, great question. Happy to chat through that. Before doing so, frame, right? Really the point of this call is to understand what you're looking for. If we can help you, if it doesn't make sense, I'll point you in a different direction. Is that cool? Yeah, so we get their compliance. And you typically do that, which is why this seems a little bit weird to me.
2,995.
Uh-huh.
And the Rockwood 199, give me 1 second here. The Rockwood 199 with loft is 23,495.
For like, I think 16. So it's a smaller one.
Might be a smaller one, yeah. I'm thinking you're probably speaking of the Haven Ultra. Is that right? That one's 15,995.
How much square feet or?
The bottom is 104 square feet, and the loft is 120 square feet.
Okay, that's the one I'm thinking.
Perfect. Okay. So to Hawaii, you'd be looking at, if we have a half container going out, like we are right now trying to gather as many orders as we can to do our first shipment this year. So if it is a half container, you'd be looking at $3,200 to one of the hubs in Hawaii, and then you would pick up from there.
Wow, 32.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again, because we haven't done a proper discovery, we don't actually know what this is worth to him. No matter what price point you give him, it's going to feel expensive, right? Because we don't know how this is going to help him, what problem it's solving, what is his vision for this. We don't know any of that, and we're going straight into pricing. So we will always lose as a commodity. We are not the cheapest. We're actually on the premium side, right? And so if we're running the call like this, if we're going straight into pricing, a lot more calls are going to end up just like this. So I think it's something that for you to really, really be aware of. And we have to properly frame the call. You have to properly conduct your discovery. and then you can go into your pitch, and only as you go through your pitch do you chat about pricing. Before you do the first half of the call, it's going to be challenging for you to close anything because everything's going to feel expensive.
I think it's too much because I can just say material and custom do it myself.
Right. And you were looking for, what were you looking to sponsor for exactly?
So too much, I could do it myself, right? And if we go to your script, solution awareness, have you been looking at other options, right? Why do those not options make sense for you? That would have came up here in your discovery, right? And because we didn't properly frame the call, we didn't run discovery, we're now on our back foot, and he's telling you that he could do it himself, and now we're trying to get our discovery in.
In America, we call them ADUs.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Our bunkies are not necessarily used for that, but yeah. Okay.
And the thing is, like, I can.
Okay, ADU. What does that mean? Does he understand what the definition of an ADU is? Do we fully understand his use case, or did he just say ADU and did we just immediately qualify and be like, yeah, this isn't what it's for, right? Does that make sense? It just feels like we're a little prematurely ending the call and brushing this off, which I don't want this to be a pattern that you're getting into. And if it's because of the call times, then we need to have like another discussion, you know?
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Well, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
No problem at all. My pleasure. If you have any other questions, just reach out.
Will do. Thank you. Have a good day.
No worries. You too. Take care.
Bye.
Yeah. So again, same thing. We have to do discovery. And I think if you would have done your discovery, you would have gotten a little bit more clarity on what he's looking for. Let's look at one more here. Again, 3-minute call time. So now I'm noticing a pattern, 3 calls in the same day with very quick call times. So there could be a chance that you're having a bad day, which is fine, but definitely don't want to make this a pattern. So let's dig into this one.
Here?
Hey, how are you?
Oh, good. How are you doing?
Good. Yeah, it looks like you chatted with and booked this call because you might be interested in a.
Well, yeah, it's a couple of things. I was thinking more of a year-round insulated little dwelling, and it sounds like they're really just meant for summer use only, would you say?
Yeah, sorry, you cut out a little bit there. Were you looking for something more of like a full-time living?
Okay, so again, similar intro. It's okay. It's okay, but I think we need to work on how we're going to fit the frame in there, because again, it's giving him space to jump straight into questions. And if we answer his questions, then we go down that rabbit hole.
Well, yeah, exactly. We're certainly insulated and heated, but how would that work with your structures?
Yeah, so our structures are typically like 3 to 3.5 season use. Some people who like to use it like all year round, they'll insulate the floor and the roof, and then they'll pop in some type of heat source, and that tends to be okay, but they're still not really designed for like full time.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, the price is right. Great
So again, we're basically diagnosing it without a full understanding of his use case, because we haven't done discovery. We're basically saying, oh, you said full time, full season, and we're basically just kind of shutting it down right there, it feels like, without getting full context. And I'm not saying like we'll continue listening here, but I'm not saying that on this one, like it couldn't have been a valid DQ, but it sounds like there's some interest here and we don't have full context yet.
Except for summer, but yeah, whereas, maybe you add that to your cottage or something for extra guests or whatever, and you're going to be there in the right months, right?
Yeah, exactly. Some people put it at their cottage, some people put it at their home, like if they tend to host often and they want some extra guest space, and sometimes they'll put it at their primary residence.
That's what I would do. It would be in my backyard, and it would be there to house guests, or maybe free up a bedroom in our house that's my office, and make that my office in the backyard with a Murphy bed that comes down where if a couple comes over, they've got a nice, warm, comfortable place. So that's kind of what it would definitely be 4 seasons.
Okay, so we got some use case, but not because we ran the call according to our structure, our script, but it sounds like there might be some potential here.
I mean, ideally, Rob, like I said, as long as you do the insulation and you pop in some type of heat source, I wouldn't see why your guests wouldn't be uncomfortable all year round.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know how you would probably just frame in some even 2x3 drywall. You know what I mean? Insulated, and then just makes it a bit smaller, obviously. But yeah, I'm sure there's a way you could do it, but they don't ever come like that.
They don't, correct. And the walls are not really designed to be insulated, so you'd have to do a floating wall if you wanted to do.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, if that changes, I'll definitely keep you guys in mind. Some nice structures and some pretty competitive pricing there too, right? So.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, and that was kind of your main concern overall? That was just kind of what you were wondering to...
I think so. Just that probably throws a bit of a wrench into it. So leave it with me, and if I ever change my mind or whatever, I'll get back to you guys.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so not to say that this wasn't it wasn't a DQ, but I'm more concerned with the structure that we automatically DQ'd off the gate without diagnosing and getting full context. So I would say, again, your intro is okay, but we jump straight into questions. There's no frame, there's no discovery, and then we're just like quickly DQing. So we're quickly disqualifying. Like 3 minutes, very short call time. We could have spent a little bit more time here fully understanding what he's looking for, what he's trying to build, and how we can help him, because maybe a bunkie isn't the right thing, but since we don't have full context, how can we point him in a direction? So did we leave this guy better off from chatting with us than we found him? And it kind of doesn't feel like it. It feels like we just told him, like, this isn't for you. See you later. Let us know if something changes in the future, right? So again, kind of similar patterns that we're noticing here. Let's look at one more. Okay, this is with Rob Andres. Okay, cool. Let's go. It looks like we had a lot of conversation after. A little bit longer call time. Okay, 16 minutes. So we got something here.
Hello, it's Rob.
Hi, from how are you?
Good.
Good, wonderful.
Yourself?
Thank you for, I'm good. Thanks for booking an appointment with me. Yeah, so tell me a little bit more about what your interest was in our bunkies and see if I can help.
Great. Where are you in Ontario?
Rockwood, Ontario.
Rockwood. So
He's actually running your script, right? So intro, time check again. Oh yeah, no, here it is. Intro, and then like kind of where you're located. So a little bit of a connection question. Again, I don't think the first few seconds of the call are bad. I think we can definitely improve, but let's just see how we
grew up in Niagara on the Lake.
Oh, okay, not too far.
But I don't remember where Rockwood is, but it sounds familiar. Where is that?
It's very close to Guelph. It's like 20 minutes from Guelph.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. So my wife and I want to build the summer cabin in our backyard as a she shed.
Okay.
And I've watched all your videos, and it'll to me it's gonna be a fun Lego project to put together. It'll just be like a fun side thing to do until it's all ready. And I'm gonna run electricity to it. I'm gonna insulate the floor and top. I'm gonna put in a heat pump, and it'll go okay. So I think the biggest question I have for you is rather simple. So we're gonna be in Kelowna, and so what is the process to get it to the house and when? Because what I'm dealing with is I'm not living in Kelowna yet.
Okay.
Our manufactured home is being built. We'll be closing on it at the end of April. So by May 1st, we'll be there, or we'll have ownership anyway. But we're not actually moving until the end of June.
Okay.
And so we have 2 months to move and do things and then what the rest of it. So what I was wondering was timing. When do I put in an order? Where does it go? And do I have to be there at the moment? And I'm just trying to figure out more the logistics of the timing of physical locations.
Okay, no worries. Yeah. So for the summer cabin, we actually don't make those here in Canada. We actually outsource those from Europe.
Okay, so again, he's coming on high intent here, and you listen to him, which I think is great. You heard him out. We don't have a frame here. We don't have a frame, and we're jumping straight into questions, which, as we've seen, is like a slippery slope. And it's just, it means that you're not leading the call. You're not setting the agenda for the call. And I think it can come back and make our lives challenging because we don't have a we don't have a discovery, so we can't diagnose. So let's keep rolling.
So those ones we get back in stock, actually pretty good timing for what your timeline is. We get them back like mid to late June. So ideally, I feel like if I could get one of those to would be July. So yeah, that would be the timeline that would be done. So ideally, we are taking orders now for the summer cabin so that you can kind of, claim your unit so that when we get it, we can ship out to you when we're able to. So, yeah, ideally it would just kind of be now is not too early to do so.
Okay. And then what I'm reading, it sounds like it ends up at a depot in Kelowna. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes, there is a depot in Kelowna, so you do have the option to pick up the pallet if you wanted to. Then you would just be paying for the landing fee. But if you wanted to write to that address, then I would calculate what that would for you for including offloading.
Okay. And then, yeah, I mean, so I could just go rent it, like what I was saying, and go pick it up and they just put it on there with their forklift and then I unload it. It's small enough to do manually without the. What typically, if it's, I'm sure you've had experience scheduling stuff. What's the cost difference of that option? Typically?
From getting it to your home and getting it to the hub?
Yeah, that's right.
So to the hub, it'd be $1,300 plus tax.
Okay.
And then, like I said, depending on where you're located, like how far are you from the.
Again, 4 minutes in, he's leading the call, he's answering the questions, and now we're talking money, and we had like a very small sliver of discovery. We understand his vision a little, but we don't have a frame, and we haven't taken the time to go through and fully understand all the discovery pieces here. So I'm starting, again, this is a pattern that I hope this was just yesterday, and we can catch it before this becomes a habit.
Like, well, I would have to give you the address of the hub, but do you have the address of the new place?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, would you be able to get me that? And that would look like if I
Sure.
right to your door.
Sure. It is 8900 in Bailey Road.
In Bailey Road. Okay,
Unit 229.
I got it here.
That's going to be Kelowna.
Okay, perfect. Okay, wonderful. Give me 1 second here.
Okay, how do I, and then I discovered or found, I was watching a YouTube video on it, and it says name drop the YouTube channel of Matt and Mouse. And you'll be this?
What? I have not. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Product. Get your own with a discount. Matt and Mouse.
Matt and Mouse?
Yeah, you've never heard of this?
I'm not.
This is out in YouTube land because they were sponsored. They did a video and they have a whole video of installation of what they did. They have a double installation.
Something
It was in Ontario. Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if I can pull them up. Give me a sec here. That's hilarious. I have not heard. I mean, we do have a discount going on.
Be interested.
Oh, I'm very much interested in that.
I just assumed that you knew.
No, I wish I did.
Right. So is this something I can pay for with a credit card?
It
It's
is,
small
but there's
enough
a yeah, you can definitely do that. There is a 3.5% fee. So if you wanted, Rob, we do have e-transfer and we do have ACH. So I'd probably recommend doing those if you wanted to avoid the
Right.
cost there.
Yeah. I don't need an extra 3.5%.
Exactly.
So can I, because with e-transfer, I think I can only send so much at once.
Yes, exactly. Correct. Yeah.
So is it okay if this comes over a period of days or time?
Yeah.
Multiple transactions until you get to the amount?
Yep.
Okay, great.
Let me get
Okay,
this.
how about this?
Sure. Tell me.
I will, if
Okay, this guy is hot to buy, which I think, I was like, did you meet with him before? No. Okay, so he's hot to buy. We didn't run our structure, and it can still work. So
we can
let's
email each other.
Yeah.
I will look up the video and send you the link.
Please do.
And
Yeah.
then, and then we'll find out if we get a better price than that or not. We'll see.
Okay.
And then I know. And then I guess you can send me, once we figure that out, you can send me the instructions
Sure.
to pay you to put in an order for one.
Yep. That's not a problem. We will do that.
And
Okay, so he's leading the call. He's telling you what to do so that he can buy.
yeah, so I think
Okay.
we'll do that.
Okay, perfect. What I'll do then is
And-
I will get an estimate ready, so it's not an actual invoice. I'll get an estimate ready for you, and I'll send that to you. That will be my email. You can email me back from there. But I will send you my other email as well. And you can even text this phone number that I'm calling out. You can text me if you find the link on your phone. You can text me as well, and I can take a look and look at that. I'm very intrigued.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, perfect.
It's probably like a 40-minute video, and they. So I'll try to find where they say it in the video, so you're not just
Yes.
watching 40 minutes of it to find out.
No worries. Yeah. Look it up for me and send it to me, and then I'll get the estimate sent to you as well. And then if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Like I said, this is my direct phone.
Okay, so this guy's still gonna buy. Clearly, he's coming in hot. One thing that we mentioned is like we're pendulum swinging, and we're trying to get invoices and quotes on call. This guy's ready to go. We're 10 minutes into this call. You have 30 minutes. Take the time and draw up the invoice there, or in this case, quote. Drop the quote and like start that process moving forward. Like, why not?
Perfect. And so there's enough coming in. I can get you'll ship it to Kelowna. If it comes early, it's not the end of the world. If we get it in July, that's fine.
Okay.
Consider it is that true?
So if it needs to sit at the depot, I would just have to communicate that. So typically how it works is once your order is placed, Brittany from our delivery.
Okay, again, so he has questions about shipping, but because we didn't run the call properly, we didn't do discovery, we didn't go over your pillars, right? Foundation, bunking model, logistics, and shipping. Now, he said that, to send him an invoice. Now he has more questions, right? So again, I think, Tatiana, the big thing here is you're just, I think yesterday, I hope it was just yesterday, we just totally disregarded call structure and you lost leadership. Like on none of these calls are you leading, and I've heard you and I've seen you lead super well so many times. So I definitely think that with proper leadership, I think this could have been literally one call closed, done then and there. And, you know, we could have adjusted the discount on the fly, or at least like through a quote.
Department will reach out to you to organize the delivery. So you can always let her know, like, if there is any, discrepancy where, like, okay, you can't pick it up at the date that they're planning to bring it over, then, you can always just, like, organize that with her, and she's awesome to do that. So you shouldn't have an issue.
Okay, so but it's not going to be a penalty financially for me or whatever. My
No, it
intention is
shouldn't
to
be,
get it,
no.
like in
No,
July.
it shouldn't
I
be.
just want to. I just physically won't be there until July 1st.
No, that's fine. Ideally, that's what you would just, like, I'm going to put July on your timeline.
Perfect.
In that case,
Yeah, let's do that.
you want that.
Yeah, no, that's great. If we could do July, then that's kind of what I was.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I didn't want to order it to be sitting there in May. That's why I wanted to talk to you, but it's just not working out.
No, it's totally cool. No, it's good. This is awesome. Like I said, I'll get everything ready for you. If you have any questions after you get it, let me know. But I'll have everything prepared, and then you send me that video so I can look a little deeper into that, and then we can go from there.
Right. And then for the window on the side of that, I can just decide which sidewall I want it on, right? I don't have to put it on the left one. I can put it on the right one too, right?
Correct. Yes. You could definitely pop it on the other side if you like.
Again, questions, right? And so if we would have asked him what questions you have in between each pillar, these things would have come up. You would have been leading the call. We could have, I think, just like a better overall experience.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's all I have for you. And then is there a time frame that you would need my order, like the money, in?
So once you kind of send me everything and we figure out the discount business, what I'll do is once you're kind of ready to go, I would send you an invoice. The invoice is valid for 10 days. Like whatever discount thing you have going on, there might be an extension, but ideally, if I were to send you an invoice today, let's just say or tomorrow, it lasts for 10 days. So technically, you have 10 days locked in price to move forward with it.
Okay, and this guy's hot to go, ready to go. Why do we mention the 10 days? Why not just be like, I'll get the discount for you. We'll figure that out. I'll send you the invoice. Are you able to process that today?
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And then out of curiosity, then what? I understand the discount part of it. What is the time frame? I'm just trying to manage a few things on my end, so that's why I asked. What is the in order to secure delivery in July? What is the time frame that I should be putting in my order by?
Ideally, I'm actually not aware of how much stock we're getting. I do know, like I said, people are continuing to order it regardless. Some people are being a bit turned off so they can't get it sooner. So we have, like, I don't talk to every single person. We have other people there on the phones as well. So I'm not entirely sure. I can always, like, double check to see, like, the timeline, but ideally it's more like first come, first serve, right? That's kind of how it would work with the stock. What are your thoughts? Like, are you thinking of, like, or do you need to wait a little bit? Is that why?
Well, I'm just closing on the house here.
I mean, that's a great question. But I think this we could have done in the pitch. We could have done a lot of this, not like on the back end of the call.
I'm just trying to make sure all the funds are at the right places.
That's fair. Okay.
I haven't talked, like, now that I have this information of it. So, it might be now. I just have to readjust my bearings to see where we're at. Is what
right.
So,
right. Okay.
I do know that there is going to be a request here very, very soon to get first time home their RFP out. So then, so that takes a bit of time to get. So there's certain things that I'm dealing with to time frame. So I'm wondering even, is there any possibility of putting $1,000 to hold it, but then to have it, we'll pay you by April 20th or something, the rest of it?
So
like that?
No. So unfortunately there isn't. Basically how it works to actually place an order is we require a 65% deposit on the amount before taxes. And that will get your order basically put into the queue.
Again, I think you're seeing the pattern here. It's just like everything is out of order, out of structure, and so it's like we don't have any control, right? We don't have any leadership. It's like he's basically running the call. So it looks like luckily this guy is so good to go that you were able to take care of him and adjust the quote, and then it looks like he wants to transfer money. So this guy wants to pay us right now, today. We probably could have gotten that done close to on the call yesterday. Like we could have taken deposit and then adjusted after the fact. So just a couple things to highlight, because in order to help you get from where you're at to like next level 30, 40% close rate, these are the fringe deals that we have to like push across the line. And so let me know what questions you have on this and we can connect next week. Cheers. Look, high performance sales reps aren't machines. They're humans with emotions, with lives, and this creates some volatility, right? And sales leadership is all about catching it early and coaching it fast. If you want to turn this into a repeatable system, watch this next video right here where I break down exactly what it takes to build a high performance sales team.